Hey everyone, welcome back to G-Man Movie Reviews. I know it's been a while between reviews, I always say this. Work's been a little bit busy, but I am pumped today to come to you with a review of a new limited release movie that I didn't know about until last week called It Follows. Now, like I said, I hadn't heard about this movie until last week, right when it was about to come out here in New York. I think it's only in 4 theaters right now, and I've been a horror fan for a long time, and I heard some reviews that, this movie was coming out and it was supposed to be one of the scariest movies in years, transcend the horror genre, and I was like, all right, I got to go check it out. So last Sunday, I went over to the Angelica Film Center here in New York, checked it out, and I got to say, this movie, It Follows, was great. It's from a first-time writer-director that I'd never, or I guess they had one movie before this, but not a big name writer director, and I had no idea what it was about going in, and I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's very, very creepy. It reminded me a lot of the scares and suspense in movies like The Ring or The Sixth Sense. The strongest part of this movie, though, is definitely the score and the sound. This is probably some of the most effective uses of, music and sound that I can remember seeing in a movie in a long time. You can tell it was influenced a lot by the music in The Shining. I really got a big, sort of deja vu of watching The Shining from seeing this movie. And it's not filled with horror that's a lot of jump scares. I mean, you get some jump scares here and there. That's like any horror movie, you're going to get that. But it's a lot of the suspense is just slow building, and it's very it's just very kind of creepy, and the premise is not all that intriguing. It's the movie's called It Follows, and it's basically about this force that follows these humans around, and they're trying to get away from it, and they don't know when it's going to attack or why it attacks, and they don't understand it. And horror movies are good when there's a lot of unknown, and you don't really understand the rationale behind something. It makes it a little bit scarier, and I definitely thought that was the case for It Follows. So if you're a big horror fan, I strongly recommend checking out It Follows when it moves to your city. If you're not here in New York, or I think that it's playing in one theater in LA, it should expand soon. Even if you aren't a horror fan and you just feel like checking out a scary movie, I do still recommend checking out It Follows. It's a really good, nice surprise, and I love when we get these movies that kind of come out of nowhere and they all of a sudden become hits. So overall, I'm going to give It Follows a 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed the movie and recommend checking it out. Have a great weekend, everyone. Please subscribe to my channel, like my channel as always, and thanks for checking out G-Man Movie Reviews. Take care.